What's up guys, it's your favorite Salmon, Gamerham here with a new video. Please forgive me if the edits look weird in any way. I am new to this, but you'll get better with each video, I promise. Fingers crossed. So before we get into the Abyss 12, let me show you guys the teams that I'll be using and what each of the roles and stats are. First half of the Spiral Abyss will be done with my physical team, which consists of Eula, Rosaria, Chongli, and Fischl. Eula will be the main DPS here, and she is using the Serpent Spine as I do not have much crit on her. Artifacts wise, it doesn't really matter if you're going for the 2-piece Pale Flame, 2-piece Bloodstain, or the 4-piece Pale Flame. Substats are also very important, and in this case, since I have better substats for my Bloodstain, I'm going ahead with the 2-piece instead of the 4-piece Pale Flame. So just take a look at what substats you have for each of them and then decide from there. Rosaria will be the battery and the crit booster for Eula. She is using the 4-piece Noblesse, and I am trying to stack as much crit as possible so that she can provide 15% crit to Eula from her passive. She's also using Deathmatch for her weapon, and this brings her to a 100% crit rate. With Cryo Resonance and Rosaria's passive, Eula will have a crit rate of 80%, which is great. Chongli will be a battery for the team, and his shield is especially important for Eula. You do not want her to get any damage since she will lose stacks from her Serpent Spine. He is using Favonius Lance for his weapon and the 4-piece Tenacity as his artifact set. Try to get as much HP percentage stats so that the shield won't break before the elemental skill refreshes. Lastly, Fischl will be the Superconduct enabler for Eula and also serve as a sub DPS role. She is using the Stringless for her weapon and the 4-piece Thundersuiter set with DPS stats. So I'm giving her as much attack, crit rate, crit damage so that she gets to be a sub DPS. Her C6 is also useful here as Oz will do constant damage with Eula's normal attacks. The second half of the base will be done with my Overload team consisting of Raiden, Kujosera, Bennett, and Xiangling. Overload is one of the highest damage multipliers for reactions, and this will be really useful as mobs such as Mirror Maiden and Mechanical Array are really tanky. Raiden will be sharing her sub DPS role with Xiangling in his team. She'll be using R5 Catch for weapon and the 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate for artifacts. She's using Energy Recharge Sands and Electro Damage Goblet for better damage output since there is Pyro Resonance, and both Sarah and Bennett give attack buffs to the team. Sarah's role here is to be a sub DPS and to give attack buffs to the team. She's using the Viridescent Hunt for her weapon and 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Noblesse for artifacts. One thing to note is that electroparticles are generated only when Sarah's charge shot Crow Feather hits the enemies. Even with C2, you still have to hit the charge shot to generate those particles. Bennett's role here is purely for healing and to give attack buffs to his team. He is using the Festering Desire for his weapon, and for artifacts is the 4-piece Noblesse with HP and Energy Recharge substats. Attack from artifacts do not really matter as they do not contribute to his base attack for his burst scaling. Lastly, Xiangling will be the other sub DPS as a Pyro Tornado does very good damage and it will proc a lot of overloads with Raiden's elemental skill. Xiangling's elemental mastery mostly comes for a weapon, which will be the Dragon's Bane here, and for artifacts she'll be using the 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate to give her more burst damage as well as energy recharge. Even with fairly bad stats, the damage from overload does a lot, so try to see those numbers in the video later. I nearly got a heart attack cause I messed up some of the rotations and barely hit the 7-minute mark for some of the runs. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy my Spiral Abyss run, and if you like the content, do hit the like and subscribe button as I'll be posting more videos in the future. You can also follow me on Twitch at Gamerham or Instagram at itsgamerham. Both links are in the description below. Cheers guys, this is Gamerham signing off.
断罪の名によ 剣女盤石。はっ、お嬢様の仰せのままに。
命を捨てに来た。
眠るな。わめきなさい憲兵。王は立つ。
逃げるがいい。
はいはい。
これでどうだ。
よっ。
揺らぐことなし。
姿を見せよ。はいそれ。粉々よ。よっ。はい結晶せよ。逃げ道はあります。翼よ。
みんなは俺が守れ。
料理の時間だよ。話が通じない。浄土を開口せし。無我の境地。さっせっさっやっルオパーひゅっひゃっ裁きの雷。料理の時間だ。よっ来戦。雷に見切りました。ここより弱滅の時。せっはっせっ翼よ。熱々でしょ。
全力攻撃だ。
逃げ道はありません。愚かよっはっ稲光すなわち永遠なり。
みんなは俺が守れ。
ルオパー火を吹け。師匠の聖なる来光。せっしっせっやっはっ料理の時間だ。せっふっせっ
岩山八九。
よっよっ夜の権限。はっパーディクト。粉々よ走行のオン。はっはい砕け散れ。よっよっ
天道万象。
許さない。震えなさい。わめきなさい。はい粉々よ諦めて。よっわめきなさい。はい断罪の名によ結晶せよ。はっそれ
剣女盤石。
影のカラスがはっパーディクト。憲兵王は立つ。はい目には目を。やっはっ姿を見諦めて。ひゅっはっ裁きの意。
必ず
熱々でしょ。
みんながそばにいてくれるわ。傷なんて痛まらん。
話が通じないなら叩くも。はっ翼よここより弱滅の時。見切りました。せっやっ 衝動を開口させて料理の時間だよ。稲光すなわち永遠なり。
陛下の意向が我を守る。よし、せい全力攻撃だ。
熱々でしょ。師匠の技を食らいなさい。ここより弱滅の時。散れイカズチに逃げ道はありません。グオパー火を吹け。
岩山八九。
断罪の名によ。そら粉々よ。
天道万象。剣女盤石。
夜の権限諦めて震えなさい。決闘せよ走行の恩。ジャッジメント。
難攻不落。
影の辛さは許す。ヒュッ裁きの雷。
みんながそばにいてくれる。
来戦。料理の時間だよ。見切りました。無我の境地。やっ天なるライク
全力攻撃だ。
熱々でしょ。逃げ道はありません。話が通じないなら叩くまででしょう。料理の時間だよ。よし裁きの雷翼よ。やっここより弱滅の時。ストップ。
みんながそばにいてくれる。
熱々でしょ。逃げ道はありません。イカズチに
燃えろ。
稲光すなわち永遠なり。よっさっはっせい
燃えろ。みんなは俺が守る。
師匠の技を食らいなさい。来戦天なるライフ裁きの雷。無我の境地。邪魔者の粛清を。ストップ。
みんながそばにいてくれ。燃えろ。
翼よ。話が通じないならただイカズチに逃げ道はありません。ここより弱滅の時。